Hello, I'm indoors this week. If you watched my last video, you'll know that I camped out with Tink, my dog, and she got a little bit cold. Winter's coming, and I love my dog, so arts and crafts this week. I wanted to make her own sleeping bag. I looked online about, considering buying her one, and there's lots of ones that are ideal for at home but they don't pack down, or there was one specially designed for dogs and they are hundreds of pounds. So chatting with my wife, she said, why don't we just make one? So that's what we're going to do. We took an ordinary sleeping bag. I had a couple of spares up in the loft that are sort of 3-season bags, and I'll show you what we've done in order to fit it for Tink. So this is an ordinary human adult sleeping bag, so I'm just measuring it. Pulled it from the foot end so that I could get roughly a dog's size, and that's what we're hoping to end up with. So the inside is there, so all that there is going to be cut off and then it'll be stitched. So that's about the right size. It's probably about half sized. So first thing we'll do is turn it inside out, and then we need to put a stopper on the zip because the zip goes all the way around. So at the point just before we're going to cut it off, my wife has sewed sort of a stopper so that the zip can't undo any further than that, and she actually sewed two, so there's that one there, and then she's going to put another one in just below it. So the next thing we did was stitch with sort of double cotton a straight-ish line across the sleeping bag just before the point that we're going to cut it. So that's just after the zip stopper. And then we cut below that line, so that's the foot end, and it's probably 4 inches below where we've stitched across. And then that's cut all the way. It's quite a job cutting it. It was quite tough, but you're cutting through loads of layers. So that's the bit we've cut off. It's probably just over 1 metre, I suppose. Next thing, so we pull out all the stuffing, leaving the outer layer or the inner layer, and then we've pinned all of that down. And then we stitched along so that there's 2 lines of stitching holding it together where we've cut it, and obviously where we took the stuffing out, that means you can then fold it down, and so it's nice and secure, and hopefully it won't rip open if Tink's in there shuffling herself about. So there's the original line of stitching, and then we cut and folded, and that's the second line of stitching. So that should be nice and secure. Then we turn it back in the right way, and that is essentially it done. Obviously it came with a stuff sack originally, so we can roll it up and pack it. It's a little bit smaller than it was, so it fits in the stuff sack nice and easy, and you can really scrunch it down, and it shouldn't take up too much room in the bag. And there we go, all ready for the outdoors. The last thing we want to do is just test it out. see if she fits. Tink. Come here, Tink. In bed. In bed. So there's enough room in there for her. There's enough room for her to wag her tail. I think that's pretty successful. I think she likes it. Good night. And there it is. So that is converting a human sleeping bag into a dog sleeping bag. It was pretty straightforward. All credit goes to my wife for the idea and for the actual labour part of it. I just stood around with a camera. So thank you very much, Carly. And Tink, as you can see, Tink was pretty excited. So I look forward to taking her out and having her have a nice warm night's sleep. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.